There we go. I didn't forget now. Yay for me. Okay. Um, so here is where we are. All right. We're still on our ratio stuff. Okay. And today we're going to be adding in the concept of percents. Okay. And you have absolutely heard of percents before, right? So I've got a couple of, I think, really funny memes here. All right. This is Dwight from The Office. He's like, give 110% false. That is impossible. You ever watch like sporting events? You'll know somebody talks about giving 110%. You can't, you cannot give 110% effort because 100% means all the effort you can give, your full effort. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, this guy up here though is funny and kind of seems like some of our students, right? Where it's like, I always give 100% at work, 13% on Monday, 22% on Tuesday, 26% Wednesday, 35% Thursday, and 4% on Friday. Adds up to 100%. That's kind of the other way around. Like you should be giving 100% every day, right? Not adding up to 100% for the week. That's silly too. Okay. So here's where we are so far. Okay. I so the deal for me was I told y'all that I started our Q2 grades earlier because I wanted to be able to not have something due that was cut off that then I couldn't get you to go back and do and the zero stuck. Okay, that's the reason I did that. Now, the other side of that now is that some of y'all were slacking at the in last week, and so now your grades look like doo doo for Q2. Okay, and so here's the facts of the matter. There are 4 official grades in Canvas so far for Q2. Okay, and there were 4 days of practice work each week also. All right, now there's a couple of y'all who joined our class the last week, and you will see excused on those if that's you. Okay, but the rest of you guys, you should have 2 quizzes and 2 weekly reviews in the grade book. And when I look at it right now, there's like, I mean, frankly, 7 people who've done all of the assignments so far. That's not great. Okay. So when I go through and I send out my weekly updates here, for a lot of you, that's not going to be very, very nice. Okay. It's not going to go very well. All right. What I have to say you're missing. All right. 2, I've also seen some of y'all not going through the process like you're supposed to be, and you want to not do the daily work and then jump ahead to quizzes, and that is not working as well as it would if you did it the way I assigned it. So I'm going to start from now on. I'm going to lock the work for the quiz at the end of the week until you do the practice for the day the days previously. So the deal is, I've actually another thing I want you to understand is this. I've seen a couple of y'all who go on Progress Learning and take quizzes and don't turn in work. I do not grade math work without the work turned in because there is no reason to think that if you don't turn in your work paper that you didn't just type it in a calculator. Okay? I've told you that all year. I am not going to grade your math work. It is considered missing until you turn in your work paper. Always. All right? And yet I still have some of y'all who are not turning in the work paper. It's not going to be graded. It's not personal. I'm just telling you that that's the deal, that I'm expecting you to be doing the work. Okay, that is facts. Okay. 2, to make sure okay, I got you. Then Jenny, I can reassign it if you need to redo the work. Okay, I've already had to reassign it for somebody. So I have a reassigned quiz. Okay. So just redo it. So basically what I'm saying is this. So for this week, when you look at the module, the Friday quiz, you can't turn in your work paper for it until you have turned in all of the daily work assignments. So my point is, if you say, well, fine, I'll just go take the quiz on Friday. Well, you can't turn in the work. And if you can't turn in the work, then I'm not going to grade. Okay. So basically I'm telling you, you've got to do it in the order I said to do it. All right. I'm done with having to send like multiple emails to parents who are like, hey, so and so did their quiz, but they didn't do the work before that. We're past that in the year. We need to be doing things the way they're supposed to be done. Weekly reviews 1 and 2 are grades in Q2. And I really can't be still searching for answers all around your page. You'll got to get better at, a few of you still, at numbering your work. And then the 928 exit ticket, which was on a Google form, and Unit 2 quiz 1 from 10-5. Okay, so that's the grades. And then there's the weekly practice. Basically, I've been doing this for 10, 11 weeks now, where the exact same process is happening every week, right? You've got to be able to follow that process. We're in an online school. You have to be able to take a weekly checklist, make sure you do those things in order, okay? 2, if you're stuck on something, again, there's no excuse for you not being able to do it, because I literally have done every single problem where you can look over it to get help with it. So don't act like that there's not support there for you. There is, okay? All right, so this unit, we're working on ratio and proportion. So here's where we are on today. We're on the 3E, understand the percentages of rate per 100 and use that to solve problems involving wholes, parts, and percentages. And investigate and translating among multiple representations of rational numbers, fractions, decimals, and percents. Okay, now, this is where, Gina, I see that you're saying that you've already looked at these. I posted you guys like a Quizlet link of a deck of common fractions, decimals, and percents. You're going to need to memorize those. Okay. Super important for middle school math that you memorize that when you see 3/4, you know that's 0.75 and 75%. Okay. You got to know those things. All right. It's just going to make your life so much easier when you get to some of these problems. Okay. And you see kind of the stipulations they have on that. I'm going to come back to 3 and 8 later, but we're going to be working on the ones where the denominator is the factor of 100 for the next couple of days. Okay, so today we're going to work on percents as being ratios out of 100, and then converting fractions or ratios to percents. Okay, then also let you know that the quiz for this Friday, which I think I'm going to put in as a major, all right, is going to be on everything from 925 until now. If you're like, I started after that, fine, we're keep going over the same things, but my lessons are posted and we're on this unit. So I need this unit is a Q2 unit, and I need all of you to make sure you've mastered this unit. Okay. All right. Now I want to do this question by warm up because I've seen people really goofing this up on the weekly reviews. Okay. So 4/5 times 200. Now, it might be worded like that 200 people were in the school and 4/5 of them ate pizza. So like 4/5 of 200. Okay. So what I'm wanting to look at here is knowing that anytime you have something that's like a fraction out of a whole, that's a multiplying problem like this. Okay. So I have 100% planning on a fun booklet at the end today. So if you try to log in and book it and you've not done your work during class, not letting you in. Okay. So type your answer in when you get this. 4/5 of 200. Okay. So the first step you should be doing, like you should be writing on your paper now, right, is to take 200, put it over 1. So your first step should have been this right here. Okay. Couple ways of doing the next step. Now, another thing I want to point out to you here is that we do not keep change flip. All right. Here's why. Think about this. The C stands for change, division to multiplication. Why would we do that here? We already have multiplication, right? So don't do anything like that here. Here we're just multiplying across, right? And then dividing. Or if you remember how to do this, you can simplify before you multiply. Okay. So type me your answer in when you got it. Chloe's got it. If you're stuck, you need to tell me you're stuck. Otherwise, I think you're taking a nap. Okay. Let's see, Gina, did you multiply across? Good, Layla. So, Gina, you multiply across, then you divide, okay? Or you can, what I prefer doing is you see these two right here, you could simplify those by dividing them by 5 first, okay? All right. Aaliyah, you're close. Check your multiplying there. If you had 40 up here, that should help you, okay? Also be aware that I'm about to send out my weekly, update contact. So if you're not being responsive during class today when I'm asking for you, then that's not great. Okay. That's not going on your, yeah. So Gina, so where'd you get the 400? Can you tell me? I'm going to unmute you real quick. Tell me where'd you get 400 on the top? Aaliyah, Aaliyah, you might have just had 40 times 4 wrong. 40 times 4 is 160. Gina, what? All right.
I did. I divided them, and then for the five going into 20, I got 4, and then I just added the 2 zeros.
No. So look, if you think about what we got right here. So what we did, look at my little green and blue right here. 200 over 5 right here. If we divide it by 5, that's the common factor, right? So that's going to be 40 up here and 1 down here. Okay. So then you multiply across. 40 times 4 is 160 over 1, or just plain 160. Okay.
40.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay. All right. Aaliyah, did you get what I was, Aaliyah Odom, did you get what I was saying there? You there, Aaliyah? Tell me what you got.
I sent my picture of my work in the chat. Sorry, my camera was not.
Let's see. Oh, you just divided wrong, Leah. You did the problem right. You had 800 over 5 was right. It was when you got to 5. That's a look. You see where you did 8 minus 5? That should have been a 3 right there. See it? So you were doing the problem right. You just made a mistake right there. All right. Isla, can you tell me where'd you get that 5 from? All right. Again, anybody else, I try to give y'all some feedback here. Some of y'all are not giving me anything to work with. Okay. If you just joined our class recently, I try really hard to, if y'all type in what you got, I can help you while we're going here. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one here. I assume that the people who've not answered are taking a nap, which is not helping them learn math. All right. All right. So what is a percent? So percent is for each 100. So it's a rate, right? A ratio out of 100. Huh? I think so. All right. So the symbol for percent looks like, oops, I wish I need to move this thing. Go over here. There we go. All right. So the symbol for percent is this little dude right here, which I'm sure you've seen before, right? That. Okay. So a quarter is 25 cents. Thinking of change, really, I think is pretty helpful in this, right? Like change in our money system. So a quarter is worth 25 cents. So 25 out of 100 and $1. So we would say that's 25%. Okay. So the number over the 100 is the percent. So a quarter is 25% of $1. Okay. So if you think in terms of money in the cents, that's the same concept. Okay. Another way of saying it in percentages is percentages are rates out of 100. So a fish tank holds 36 liters. There's 27 liters of water in the tank. The percentage of tank that is full is 75%. So like, for example, on that one, at 0% full, there was 0 liters. At 100% full, there were 36 liters. So for every fourth or 25%, you see how you divide it into 4 parts. Half of it would be divided by 2. 50% was 18. Then every 25% was 9. Okay, so 9, 9, 9, 9 to get to 36. Okay, so that's kind of a double line graph version of that. All right, we'll get through some more of these, so don't worry yet. All right. So another way of thinking about percents is it's a part-whole ratio in which the whole is 100, because we've been talking about ratios in terms of part to part, part to whole. So here we're talking about a part to whole relationship in which the percent is out of 100. So this one right here, very important. Okay, a percent is a ratio where the denominator is 100, parts out of 100. Okay, that's 100%. You got to get that. Okay, it's like cents out of a dollar or parts out of 100. Okay, any questions on that so far? Okay, so these are just the concepts if you need to look back at them. Okay, and when I ask for you to turn in your notes, like this is the kind of thing here. You need that written down so that when you're doing your practice today, you have it to look back at. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. All right, when I give you all comments on that. All right, now another warning about grading. Last Friday's quiz, I had not written clear enough on there. You should have known anyway, but I did not write it on there clearly. Have not been showing the wording on ratios on your quizzes and things. So I want to go ahead and state it this way, and I do know that I put it on this week's quiz that I'm taking off points if you do not have the wording on your ratios. Okay, that points will be taken off for that, right? 2, the specific steps that show how you got your answer are necessary, and they basically are preventing mistakes and reinforcing the concepts, which I will show you what I mean here. But what I'm saying is you got to have some sort of wording next to your ratio, and you got to show how you got what you got. Okay. All right. Now, so I'm going to show you how we're going to convert from a fraction or a ratio to a percent. Okay. So this is write some of these answers down or write these down, and then I'm going to get you to do a couple after I do a couple. Okay. So you do these with me, then I'm going to get you to do a couple. All right. So we have 7 out of 10. All right, so here's what you should be thinking. I'm trying to make this a percent. A percent is a ratio out of 100. So I'm automatically, if it says make it a percent, put the 100 right there. Okay, now, to get from 10 to 100, I need to put, that's times 10. Okay, so what I'm saying up here on the previous slide that I need to see how you got what you got, that means this. What I'm doing in blue right here, I need to see that on each problem. Okay, so then 7 times 10 is 70, and the numerator over the 100 is the percent. So you write the answer like this. You don't write 70% over 100. That wouldn't mean the same thing. So the answer to that problem is 70%. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, next one, we have 4/5 or 4:5 ratio. Okay, so we want to make it a percent. Percents are ratios out of 100. So we automatically put a 100 on the bottom. Okay. So then we think, okay, how many times does 5 go into 100? Now you should quickly memorize your factors of 100 because we're going to use those over and over. Okay. But if you don't remember, you could say, okay, how many times does 5 go into 100? That's going to be 20. So 5 times 20 is 100. Okay, so now we know we need to put times 20 on the bottom. Do the same thing on the top you did on the bottom. So then that's going to be 80. So that means our percent is 80%. That would be our answer right there. Okay, this is what the work should look like right here. Okay, any questions on what I'm expecting there? Okay, now I got 2 on the next row. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to tell me what you got. Okay, so I got 3/4 and 17/20. So follow my examples and then type in the percent in the chat that you get for both of them. And I'll know which one you're on based on what percent you type in. Okay. So you get going on it here. Okay, Chloe. All right. Do it just like I did here, only you have to do a different factor of 100. Right. So you either need to be in the next minute giving me an answer or asking me a particular question. So you set up your ratio, that's your 3/4. And you need to say, we're looking for a percent, which is out of 100. You can type one at a time. If you want me, just tell me your first one when you get it. Okay. Layla, you're right on the first one. So Gina, what did you multiply by on the bottom there? Okay. So then check your 3 times that. Think about if you have 3/4 in money, how much money would you have? That's how you can think through the fourths. No, it's 25. Yeah. Isla, tell me, what did you multiply by? Okay. So Isla, think about 4 times what is 100? So if you don't know how many times it goes in, you check by doing this right here. And then when you get that, that tells you what to multiply by. Yep, Layla, that's right for the second one. Good. Okay. So, Aaliyah, what you need to think about here with what the 17/20 is how many times 20 goes into 100. You actually should see there's a hint right there. It's how you get from 20 to 100. That's the key. You do the same on the bottom and the top. So Gina, you're right. It's just the number on the top of that one should be percent. Okay, August. We're all right. I look good. That's good on the second one. Um, we're on this part right here. So following the examples I did right here, right up here, we're working on getting these to percents. So Gina, I think that did you do times 5? If you did, you should do times 5 on the top also. Yeah, maybe you just typed it in wrong. Mary, what'd you multiply by? Yeah, so what I'm asking you is what did you multiply by right here? Okay, good, Christopher. On the first one, yeah, it's good. All right. Okay. So Mary, that one was this. Okay. See it? That's what it should have been right there. So Gina, on the second one, if you multiplied the same thing on the top you did on the bottom, I don't really want to put that yet, then you should have, maybe check your multiplying or something. All right. You guys who are here, I need to hear from. Okay. So Mariah, tell me how you doing over there. Okay. Layla, hadn't heard any answers. Actually, no, you did give me answers. My bad. Rylan, what you got? All right. Jameson, you're right on the second one. The first one, do you see how I have the times 25? Do the same on the top right there. Okay. All right. So Mariah, so it's the same as the other like ratio and proportions we've been doing. It's just that we're finding it particularly, we're assuming because it says percent that we're going to over 100. Okay. So like on this one, when I said 3/4, 4 goes into 25. Right. 4 goes into 125 times. And then if you do the same thing on the top that you did on the bottom, you would get 75. Okay. And then whatever you got right here, right, that's going to be your percent. So your answer is 75%. Okay. So Mariah, can you tell me what are you confused on with that? Or maybe that makes sense. Yeah, Gina, you just need to do your 17 times that again. Check your multiply. You just literally multiplied wrong. You did the problem right. There you go. Yeah, that's, you just multiplied wrong. Because you do the 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8, but there's no other 1 over there. Okay. You just don't, you got some random 1 over there. 17 times 5 is 85. Mary, you're right now. All right. Let's see. Rylan, you're right on that second one. All right. Anybody else I'm waiting on who's actually wants me to think that they're participating in class today? All right. Yeah. Aaliyah, you are right. It's times 5 there. So then when you do this times 5, then 17 times 5, right, is going to be, we have 35. So that's 85 right there, right? And so then all that I'm trying to get you to see today is that this is the same thing we've been, yeah, I got you, Clark. All right. Same thing we've been doing. It's just that now we're seeing that a ratio out of 100 is called a percent, right? A part out of 100. Let's see, Gina, where did I get that one? You talking about my 85? It's just that you literally were doing the right thing, except for you multiplied wrong. See right here? Where is this assignment? So right now I post August. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was asking you, Gina. So I post these on the slides on the homepage on Canvas for the class, but when we're doing it during live lesson, you can just be doing the problems as I'm doing them. So like there's a handful of people in here who like print out the slides to help them to be able to write on them, but then other people just kind of write out what they're doing as they're doing it. All right. And then what I've got them doing is they're typing in their answers as they get them. Right. It's kind of the plan here. All right. Next ones. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. Let's do a couple more here. Let me see. I'm gonna do this one and this one. I'm gonna get y'all to do the other ones. Okay, so I'll give you a head start here. So if you want to start on this one and this one, I'm gonna go over those two. Then I'm gonna get you to type me the other ones. All right. So I'm doing 1/2. We're making it a percent. Again, I want you to memorize a lot of these. Okay. So look back up. So do 1/2 on your paper, then look up and check your answer. All right. And then if you're confused on this one, tell me what's confusing. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more. I'm going to get you to do these other two. Because I'm determined to play Blicket today, even if that means we have to stay a little late. Okay, so then this one is times that. Okay, I'm about to do the 37 over 50. So look back up when you're ready for your 37 over 50 answer. Okay. All right. So that's those first two. Okay. Now I want you to type in the chat what you get for 9/10 and 3/5. Okay. Chloe's right. Layla's right. Isla, you're right on that second one. Jameson, you're right on that second one. And Gina, if you said you've already worked on these cards, you should already know a lot of these answers. You just got to work on figuring out how to show the work on the ones you don't know. Is kind of the deal there, because there's a balance there. All right. All right. Jameson, you are right on that second one. That's good. Rylan, you're right on the second one. And the third one. Good job. All right. I think once y'all learn what I'm saying here, if you've already been learning the ratio stuff, this next step should not be super hard. Okay. Isla, that's good. Okay. Yeah. So all that you got to learn, Gina, if you know the decimal part, is that the decimal to the percent is the decimal moves over 2 times. The one under the first one. So Nasha, what you do here is you put the 9 over the 10. And so you put the 100 right here. And your answer is you're looking for what goes above it right there. That's the number I need. Okay. All right. It looks like you got these pretty well. That's good. Yeah, right. I got you. All right. Looking for some answers from some people. All right. Mary, how's it coming over there? So, Gina, the way I want you to write that answer is just to write the like. Do you see how I have this right here? Just write the answer to me like that. Okay, that's what I'm wanting the answer to be. It's what goes on the top with the percent beside it. Yeah. All right. All right, Mariah, how's it coming? Emma, how's it going? That's right. And so, Emma, you just put that what's on top with the percent sign beside it, and you got the answer. Yeah, that's correct. That's exactly what I want right there. All right. One more minute here. Yeah, Gina, that's how I want it to look right there. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. All right, Mariah, what you got? Yeah, so August, what you do on the way you would type in that answer is this one right here. You see how I have it the 50% in the little box like that? Okay, so I'm going to go over these right here. So 10, that's times 10 times 10. So that's 90 over 100, which means the answer is 90% since it's a ratio out of 100. Okay, 3/5. You put this one over 100. So that's times 20. Same thing you do on the bottom, you do on the top. 3 times 20 is 60. That means it's 60%. Okay. All right. Now, let's just go backwards here one time, and then this is the only other thing I'm going to do on skills today. If a percent is a ratio or a fraction out of 100, how do you make it a fraction? Okay, this is really not hard, so don't overthink this. You take the 70%, you put it over 100, and you simplify the fraction. That's it. Okay, so here, common factor for 70 and 100 is 10, right? So you're simplifying fractions. Literally all that it is to take a percent to a fraction is to write it over 100 and simplify. That's it. Like that. That easy. Okay. Yeah, Gina, you probably already know this, right? So as long as you understand the concept I'm saying of you put it over 100, then piece of cake. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do this one. So 25%. You take it, you put it over 100. You simplify it. Okay, so you can start with 5 if you aren't sure. But if you know that 25 goes in, let's go ahead and do 25. So it's going to be 1 over 4. So that's 1/4. Okay, now, real quickly, give me in the chat the 35% and the 18%. So you are simplifying basically the fraction. So type it to me like your answer like that for the last one, okay? So tell me what you get for 35% and 18% when you put them back to a fraction. So you put them over 100, and then you simplify. So tell me what you get for 35% as a fraction, and then 18% as a fraction. All right. You can do one at a time. Emma, that is correct. Good job. Okay, so Jameson, divide. You see how I divided this by 10? Try dividing. I'm gonna type this. See. Divide this, the top and bottom, by that number right there. Okay, Aaliyah, did you set it up as 35 over 100? Then you should see that this is the common factor right there. Okay, good job, Chloe. I love. Can you tell me what you divided by? Good job, Mary. That's right. Good job, Emma. Perfect. That's right, Gina. Good job. This one I was when you said you memorized them, still making sure you know how to show these right here because not all of them are going to work that way. Okay, so, all right, yeah, August, that is how you do it. Good. Okay, Layla, that's right. Good job. All right, Rylan, what you got to do? Yeah, so Gina, you're deconstructing is what you're doing. When you start understanding the processes here, you remember how we were breaking in your map scores, you're going to be able to do a lot of that. It's the algebraic reasoning. Layla, that's correct. Rylan, I think you might have divided by the wrong thing. Let me tell you what to divide by, Rylan. Okay, so divide by that on the 3500s. Jameson, which one are you on there? Because that's not right. I'm not sure which one you got that from. Oh, I know what you did. All right, Jameson, if you were on 1800s, you should have divided it by 2 on the top and on the bottom. Okay. All right. So, Gina, that's right. Rylan, I'm not sure which one you're on there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, you were on this one down here. Yeah, 1700s is right. Okay, on that one. I wasn't looking at the other one. All right, so I'm gonna finish going over these because I do want to do a booklet, and I also don't want to keep you till like 11:30 or something. Okay, so 35 over 100, common factor is 5. So we're gonna have 7 over 20. So 7/20 is our answer there. Okay. Then 18 over 100, the only common factor here is going to be 2. So that's going to be 9 over 50. Okay. All right. Is that any questions on those? And then I'm going to give you a couple of weird ones here. And then just in case you get confused on this. Okay. So here's the deal. You got to trust your process. Okay. So 17%. Percents are out of 100. Now, when you get to one that's like this and you say, wait a second, there's no common factors other than 1. And you're like, yeah, okay, that's right. That's the answer. See, that's all there is to it. Don't overthink it. 2, when you get one that's over 100%, and there are cases you'll run into for different kind of mathematical reasons, you put it over 100 anyway. All right. Then the key to this is remembering that the fraction bar here means divide. So you put the top dog in the doghouse, right? Long division style, just like this. 100 times 7 is 700. Remainder of 50. So you have 7 and 50 hundredths. Okay. And then you just have to reduce the fraction now. All right. And 50 over 100 reduces to 1/2. Right. So then your answer would be 7 and 1/2. Okay. So basically, if it's a percent, yeah, you could simplify it other ways first, right? You could simplify that by 10 to 75 over 10, then divide. That's fine. It's just that knowing that when you have the improper one like this, you have to divide it just like we always have all year. Okay. It's no different at all. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. So today you're going to have practice on fractions to percents and percents to fractions. Tomorrow there's going to be some other applications, some simple word problems, and make sure you watch the instruction video first to see how I want you to show the work. The Quizlet link that Gene and I have been mentioning, I do want you to memorize those because they're going to help a lot, okay? Because you'll know if you're right or wrong with what you do. And I will be contacting out specifically what you're missing from the last couple of weeks. So if you need help with basically the weekly reviews or missing quizzes from the last couple of weeks, that's who I would like in target time today. Okay, so I do want to close with a booklet on fraction, decimal, percent conversions, because this is the kind of thing that I think that the more you do of it, the better you're going to be. All right, so I need to end my share here. All right, so I know we're going to be a little bit late, but I want you to stick around here. Oh, I can't minimize Zoom while I'm okay. All right, so I'm going to host this, and then I'm going to share, changing which screen I'm sharing. There we go. What is Candy Quest? Is that Gold Quest only candy? What do you think? I think it is. What do you want to do? Aaliyah, tell me which one you want to do. Which one do you want, Aaliyah?
I want to do Crypto Hack.
Crypto Hack. Okay. Aaliyah wants to do Crypto Hack. All right, here we go. We're going to play again.
Tired.
All right, here we go.
Hold up.
Ready?
Not yet.
All right. I know we're a little over today, but I wanted to make sure that we did get to play some. This is actually really useful for what we're doing here. The more you do it, the quicker you're going to get with it, okay? So let's do about 6 minutes. When our booklet's over, class will be over, okay? So you got, I'll type the code in the chat. All right, 702-9640. Yeah, Mary, when we're done, I'll go back and show that to you. Is my sound sharing? No? Okay. Y'all need the weird sound. Hold on a second. This is weird. Alright, we'll start in just a couple more seconds. I don't mind when 10:50 or 10:55. I just want to make sure we're done. Yes. Alright, I will start. You need to join. The code is still in the chat. Alright, ready, set, and go. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to I contact everybody on either Sunday night or Monday with what they need to do. So it's nothing personal. It's just that's what I do. Oops. What? Yeah, I'm done. Can do. If you've already looked at these flashcards, should be absolutely killing it on this. Well, got our first pack. Obviously, should be over. Instead of looking and talking about what food. Right. We're going to get some pockets in there. Alright, 2.5 minutes. Hopefully you started getting some passwords now. 1 minute. Tina got a good hack off of Lilia there. All right, see what we got here. Robin, Leah. Okay, so let's see, we got Layla, Chloe right there. So I can the same sort of a lot of these things are the ones that are on those flashcards that I've got out there. The more you learn these things and get used to them, the better you're going to be at them. So just kind of some repetition there is the reason I have them out there. You can take those Quizlets and make, play them kind of different ways. So definitely do those, but also obviously making sure that you are keeping track on, what we're doing this week and so forth. Okay. All right. So we are officially done. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Mary, you were wanting me to show you. Let's see. I'm going to stop recording.